When we were in the dressing room, I said to Joe, I'll speak through it and you play it in your head, and that's how we rehearse.
We rehearsed between the shows, and then he was doing all the photos and all the stuff.
Famous people.
This is our first rehearsal. It's tough at the top, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the first rehearsal that you're witnessing, but we're going to have some fun. I'm going to do it anyway, and it's going to be good. Let's do it. In the past, when you were no more than a babe, your father brought his young wife and you to this cottage. They were a lovely couple, but not lovely neighbours. You see, your mother was with child, and she took one look at my beautiful garden and told your father that what she wanted more than anything in the world was greens, greens, and nothing but greens. Parsleys, peppers, cabbages and celery, asparagus and watercress and fiddle ferns and lettuce. He said, all right, but it wasn't quite, because I caught him in the autumn in my garden one night. He was robbing me, raping me, rooting through my rutabaga, raiding my arugula and ripping up the rampion, my champion, my favourite. I should have laid a spell on him right there. I could have turned him into stone, or a dog, Dracula, or a chair, or a snail. But I let him have the rampion, I'd lots to spare. In return, however, I said fair is fair. You can let me have the baby that your wife will bear, and we'll call it square. Now, I thought I'd been more than reasonable, and we all might live happily ever after. But how was I to know what your father had hidden inside his pocket? You see, my mother warned me when I inherited the garden that I would be punished if I ever were to lose any of the beans. The special beans. I let him go. I didn't know he'd stolen my beans. I was watching him crawl back over the wall, and then bang, crash, and the lightning flash. Oh, well, that's another story. Never mind. Anyway, the big day came, and I made my claim. Oh, don't take away the baby, they shrieked and screeched, but I did, and I hid her where she'd never be reached. And your father cried, and your mother died, and for extra measure, I'll admit it was a pleasure. I said, sorry, I'm still not mollified, and I laid a little spell on them. You too, son, that your family tree will always be a barren one. So, there's no more fuss and there's no more scenes, and my garden thrives. You should see my nectarines, but I'm telling you the same. I tell kings and queens, don't ever, ever, ever mess around with my greens, especially the beans.